welcome back to Chaplain to the Outdoorsman. Pastor Kerry along with Mike Curley, the safety man. Thanks for all the comments on our lower build that we did here just recently. And tonight we're going to do the upper. And you may hear a little rain in the background. It's raining outside, so it's kind of coming down. And so
it is.
It is, and
so
that's
welcome
not
back.
common.
Welcome back to the build. Now we're doing the upper receiver with the barrel and everything.
Barrels tonight. So, hey, and I got to give a shout out to several of you guys who've given parts. Not only Mike's given a ton of his time and a ton of parts to this build, and in addition to that, tonight as we put the upper together, our barrel is a Yankee Hill 16.5-inch fluted barrel, thanks to RB Wright Outdoors in Fayetteville, North Carolina. So RB, thank you to you guys out in North Carolina and your contribution to the build with RB Wright Outdoors. Thanks a ton, buddy.
Real quick about this barrel. This is a 1-in-7 twist barrel for your higher grain bullets, fluted the way Yankee Hill does it. Beautiful barrel, chromoly steel. It'll be very accurate.
Awesome. We're super stoked about that. And in addition to that, Wayne Cotton, a buddy of mine out of Louisville, Texas, sent us forearm. Then on the bolt carrier and the bolt itself, donated by Greg Goodall. Greg, thank you, here in Southern California. Thanks for the bolt. Very nice. Thank you, buddy. And so just a lot of different people coming together, a lot of different parts. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get after it. And the first thing we're going to do is go put the barrel on. And so we have already got everything set up in the vise. And
this is a barrel block with a barrel insert to hold still. In a good strong vise. Whenever you put a barrel on, we have to torque this thing down pretty tight. So.
Yeah, and you had us put anti-seize on it.
I use anti-seize. This is steel. This is aluminum. If you cycle this enough with enough rounds over the time, steel and aluminum have a different way of heating up.
Okay.
They heat up at different rates.
Yeah.
So after several thousand rounds of this, it'll be very difficult to get the barrel out. So I use anti-seize on the interface, and I use anti-seize on the threads, so I can get everything apart. Some guys will use blue Loctite. We torque this thing down to some 35 pound-feet or better, so I've never had one come loose on me.
Okay.
So I've never had a problem with it.
Right.
So that's just the way I do it. I use anti-seize to do that.
Okay. So we got anti-seize on it, and barrel slides right into place, as you're very well aware. It's got a little notch on the top of the receiver. It slides right into place, and it's in there.
I like to take a couple of whacks out just to get it seated nice. Good. We also cleaned the interface before we did anything, the inside surface and the extension.
Yeah.
Now you're screwing on the barrel nut.
Barrel nuts
with the delta ring.
With the delta ring. And so down she goes. Okay.
Let's get a good snug, and then we'll start torquing.
Let's see. Let's go from this way.
Yes, sir.
And I've already preset our torque wrench at 35. And so
if you'd hold that tight up against the wheel. With delta rings, the teeth aren't exactly, they don't pin out like some of the forearm nuts that we use from like Yankee Hill. So you got to push tight here while you also torque. So I always push here, make sure the teeth dig, and then I pull. Are you pushing?
Yep.
Okay, we're going to go down 35.
Oops.
Now it's 35.
Is that 35?
Yep.
Okay. And then I like what Mike has done. Mike does enough of these that when you get ready to start lining up your gas tube, he's cut him a little piece.
No, that's actually a purchased product.
Oh, is it?
From Brownells, yeah.
Oh, so it's actually a purchased product. See,
yeah,
I thought it was just a cut piece that looks great.
It's a gas tube aligner so that you get the delta ring and the grooves in the barrel nut to line up with the hole in the upper receiver, so the gas block will go through smooth.
And then what you can do is you're going to turn. There's a.
This is on a delta ring. You've got a C clip.
Yeah.
A ring clip. You've got a spring tension device that holds the delta ring forward.
Yeah.
So you got to get all that lined up to start with.
And
as soon as you do that, you can start aligning.
You get a line, then you spin it to where the hole is.
Yep. Okay, so we're look at that.
Look at that.
Yeah, hey, that's great.
Ooh, baby, come on.
First time out.
Come on.
Usually takes me 4 or 5 of these things.
Hey,
you're good.
Who?
The Lord. The Lord has blessed our upper receiver.
That's what you get when you get a pastor torquing it down.
There you go. That's perfect.
And so
Can't beat that.
All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get everything lined up for
Gas block goes on next.
for the gas block. Okay, and so but this ring has to go on first, correct?
Right, because see, we're using a quad forearm that attaches to the delta rings. So we need to use the backing plate for the quad rail to sit on, because it actually sits on top of this and it tightens down over it.
And so
We're gonna
right.
Yep, let's line it up. Bring it
Right.
up, okay? And then we'll line it up. And so the way you line these up, everybody always asks me how you line up the gas block hole.
Yep.
We've already inserted the gas tube in the gas block and
Yeah,
put
we
the
did
roll
that.
pin.
We did that in advance, so Mike got
Right.
us set up for there.
So when you do a roll pin, just so you know, they're tough to get in. You got to do them just right. You need a good stable platform to use your drift punches. So don't just put this on a table and let it wobble around.
Yep.
Use a good
Good
block.
Yeah.
That you can stabilize it, and then get it started with your roll pin starter kit,
Sure,
and then
yeah.
use your roll pin and drive it in even and line it up.
Okay.
And I also personally put anti-seize on the gas tube
At the gas
because
block.
because this is stainless steel, this is aluminum typically.
So
in case you
anytime
can
it's
get it out.
aluminum and steel combined,
I use
you put
anti-seize.
anti-seize.
Because they heat up at different rates, right? Because
Okay.
if you fire a royal fast string of rounds through this thing will be so hot
Hot.
that you'll get burnt when you touch it.
All right, so it lined up, and just first right out of the box, it lined up really good. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to tighten this down, right?
Right,
And then we'll come back after we tighten down the gas block. Then we'll come back and put.
right. And just so you know how you align this, what you want to do is you got a Picatinny rail or a flat surface. What you do is you look straight down the axis of the barrel, and we're using a flat top receiver. So we always line this up with this so they look even.
All right.
Now it's an eyeball issue, and I use a error to verify it after I'm done.
Okay.
Because usually the holes in the gas block are bigger than the hole, the gas hole in the barrel. Right.
Okay.
So I eyeball them, line up. There's another way that other people use where you can use a level.
Yeah.
I'll check out the level after I'm done, just make sure everything is lined up. It's perfect.
Sure. All right. Well, let's do that, and we'll get right back to you.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Welcome back, guys. So here's what we've done: is we have just finished putting on the gas block. We lined it up. I got it level, and then what I did is I took an Allen wrench that is actually a torque wrench for Allen.
Yeah, it's
wrenches.
called a fat wrench by Wheeler Engineering. Very
Okay,
good tool.
by Wheeler Engineering, a fat wrench. And what we did is torqued it down to 25 inch-pounds because you don't want to over-tighten this gas block.
Right, and again, the way you line this up is you make sure that this is even with this, and we'll check it when we're done.
Yeah, and actually what we did is we lined it up. I got it lined up. We got it cranked in, and I noticed it was off a little bit, so we loosened it back up, straightened it back up, put it right back on.
Right, and then we'll run an air test on this when we're
Okay.
done putting the
Sure.
quad rail on. So
Yeah.
the block's on. This is a PRI block. It's a very good block, very well machined. It's got a Picatinny rail. So when we get the rifle all together, we'll be able to put a flip-up sight on this.
Yeah.
So you'll have backup sights with
Cool.
whatever optics you decide to put on it.
Cool.
So the gas block's all set up, barrel's all set up, everything's torqued down. So the next thing we want to do is the quad rail.
Quad rail.
This quad rail's by UTG,
Yeah, this is UTG Pro
by Leapers.
by Leapers. We actually looked it up because originally I thought it was a free float, but it's actually not considered a free float
No.
because of this front,
Backing plate.
this backing plate. And so, but it's not going to change the accuracy that much.
Not really.
Yeah, it's a 16.5-inch barrel. I'm thinking open sight pig hunting with this gun,
Yeah.
100 yards going no
A
problem.
free float barrel will cut your groups down if you can shoot that well, proper ammo for
I can
about
shoot that well.
well, you know, I mean,
Okay.
I can't outshoot half the rifles I own. I build.
That's right.
My eyes are getting bad. So this basically is held by that back end by the delta ring, and it just kind of just slides in like you just saw him do.
Yeah.
And the bottom piece slides in the bottom,
plate.
and the front actually clamps on the backing plate. The back's held by the delta ring, which is an interesting configuration. Free float barrels would actually screw to the barrel nut and would be free floated, so the barrel just sticks right out. This is a very good method. This type of accuracy, 2-inch groups, 100 yards, maybe 3-inch groups with ammo. If it was free floated, it'd cut it down by maybe 30-40% depending on the ammo type and everything else. So now he's inserting the screws which actually clamp this down, which is a little different than it being held in by the backing plate. A little more sturdy, a little more tough. Gets you the job just right.
And so, as I'm putting this in, Mike, what is inch pounds similar to this
Yes,
as well?
yeah.
We're gonna do basically about the same
Right. I would probably go 17 to 20 inch pounds.
thing? Okay.
The instruction manual didn't say torquing. General rule of thumb, 17 to 20 pounds. Because when you look at torque screws on rings for
Yeah.
scopes,
Yeah.
it varies. The base mounts are about 17 inch pounds. The scope rings could be varies from 15 to 25 inch-pounds. I like to torque everything down, it's just so it's all even.
So it's all even.
So I know everything's even, all the torquing's even.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to get, it's basically on there, we're going to get this torque down, and then we'll get back with you on the next step of putting this rifle together.
Yeah, the muzzle treatment.
Which, I'm going to take his cap off, and we'll put the muzzle brake on.
Sure.
All right, we'll be back with you here in just a minute, guys. Welcome back, guys. So now we're going to put on the muzzle brake. And so crush washer goes first. And now what kind of muzzle brake is this?
It's a Black River Tactical. It's a linear. It all goes out the front, so it cuts down on sound and it looks kind of cool in my opinion.
Ooh.
Pretty
and it's just
yeah, just get it snug it up. That's
okay.
Good.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. What's
the
next?
upper's built.
Upper's
apart with the bolt in.
Oh, this is the fun part. Okay. So now I can't.
Bench block.
Bench block comes off. We put a little tape on there because of where it was sitting.
Yep.
All right. This is like Christmas early.
It is. Okay, now let's take out the.
Okay, and what's this piece called again?
I don't remember, to be honest with you. It's part of the muzzle brake.
Yeah, exactly.
So now comes the charging handle.
Okay, and the charging handle, just before we got started tonight, Mike had picked up a
Badger Ordnance. Generation 1 tactical handle.
Tactical handle. So we actually exchanged out
stock one.
The stock one with this one. And so this goes in. Yeah?
No, not like that.
Oh, my bad.
Like
this
there you
right
go.
there.
Okay, now comes the bolt.
And then the bolt.
Bolt goes in a certain way.
Yes, and we've already, we actually oiled it up just a little bit because.
Yep.
And you like oiling it up because why?
Well, it gets, ARs are known for after several rounds getting dirty. They get carbon all through them. So you need a little extra lube, so I put more lube in.
And so
it's, it's dripping wet.
Awesome. So it's
there's the upper.
Locked in.
Now let's put the upper on the lower and make a rifle.
Awesome. Awesome.
So now we're going to take the top pivoting pin, close it, charge it, draw it about 4 times so you get the lube going. And shoulder it and pull the trigger.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Right.
Oh, baby! Come on!
Yes, sir!
Give me some of that.
Now you need some optics, which
right.
is more money.
That's right.
So we'll put some nice optics on here, and we'll be taking pigs, baby.
That's right, baby. Oh,
there you go.
I cannot believe that. That is
There's
so
finished working rifle.
So awesome. Unbelievable. Golly. Thank you guys. Mike, thanks a ton.
Yes, it was a pleasure.
Thank you, buddy.
This has been great.
Mike has taken so much time with me putting this together and just showing me all the ins and outs.
California compliant.
California compliant with the bullet button.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys have been so great at donating parts. I cannot wait to take this to the range here in the next couple of weeks. And we're going to put some serious rounds down range. And wow, thanks for donating all the parts, gang. Let me see if I can go back through and remember all the folks who donated parts. Dennis, thanks a ton, buddy, for the Ergo grip. Thanks for donating that. And then the magazines and some other parts were donated by John. John, thank you, here locally. And then Greg Goodall donated the bolt, JP Enterprises. He bought that, and so Greg, thank you here in Southern California for donating the bolt. And then Wayne, my buddy out of Louisville, Texas, sent us the forearm quad rail. And then RB Wright with RB Wright Outdoors out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, got us this really sweet barrel. Thank you, RB, for that. And then Mike, I know that there were some other folks involved in just donating some parts.
Right. I had a friend of mine who's a very good gunsmith named Ian, who donated the trigger, the Rock River National Match trigger.
Awesome, thank you.
And he also donated this PRI Picatinny quad gas block.
And his name's Ian?
Yeah.
Ian. Thanks, Ian. Appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for being part of Chaplain, the Outdoorsman, and the AR bill. Thank you.
The rest of the stuff I donated.
And Mike is like everything else. He's got tons. I'm telling you guys, if you're looking at building an AR, you want somebody, if you're here in Southern California and you're looking for somebody to work on your AR, Mike is the dude, and put over 400 of these together over the years, knows his stuff, and Mike's, all the other pieces Mike's put together and is just made my Christmas.
We're working on some optics for you.
I That's
nice
awesome.
red dot, 4 power to red dot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, some rings.
I am super stoked.
So we're gonna go shoot this, right?
Yes, we are going to take this to the range. Mike and I are going to take this to the range here in the next couple of weeks, and that will be our third show of the AR build with Chaplain Outdoors. And we'll actually be taking it to the range and putting it down. You know, I almost forgot. Thanks to my brother Kent for purchasing the
lower receiver. We forgot about that.
That's right.
Stag,
we
strip lower.
because I have to buy that here in Southern California because the strip lower is actually registered to me, and so my brother Kent, thank you, buddy, for giving us the funds necessary to purchase that. And dude, awesome! God, that is just so sweet, so sweet. I'm stoked, dude.
Yes,
Okay.
it was a pleasure. It has been fun. It has been a pleasure and fun to work with you.
Appreciate it, Mike.
I'm getting to know you. It's been real good.
Yeah.
And all your friends out there in Chaplain Outdoors, good ministry.
Yeah. Thanks,
Contribute to it. We're gonna make this thing fly.
Yeah.
Watch for us on the Outdoor Channel.
Mike.
Yeah, we'll get him there.
Well, we'll see about that one. I'm just stoked. Thank you guys for being a part of this. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Y'all take care.